the Cologne area has got a lot of basketball tradition. Back in the days, they had Leverkusen, the big Leverkusen club, which is a big soccer club in first division basketball, and they were really good internationally as well. And then they had actually Cologne for 1 year in the EuroLeague. And then they still got the Bonn team, Telekom Baskets Bonn. So that's three teams back in the days that were like first league teams and internationally playing teams, which are geographically extremely tightly together. So the area is known for basketball, and the city has got a rich basketball tradition. So yes, it is special. I mean, first of all, CSKA brings, as the club and the organization, they bring experience in winning the whole thing. So that's the first thing. The second thing that comes to mind, thinking about them, is that they're a very good offensive team. Their offensive net rating is the second best in the league. So it's a very, very well-oiled machine offensively. To me, looking at the season of CSKA, the impressive thing for me is like losing Mike James and losing Milutinov, and then still competing the way they competed was really impressive. I think a little underestimated. Bringing Efe Lundberg in, not an unknown player, he's on the radar of all teams as one of the talented non-EuroLeague guys, but bringing him in and having him, perform, having other guys step up, that's a really impressive thing. I think, I'm not sure how if people really realize. And in fact, they are on a 9-0 run right now. They've won 9 EuroLeague games in a row, so they seem to have a very good rhythm. To me, Efes, first of all, as a basketball fan, I'm kind of happy that they made it, because they deserve, with the last season being, cut off due to COVID, and them having had such a great season. As a fan, I'm happy that they made it. They kind of deserved it. Efes, to me, two things. I mean, they're really ranked high offensively and defensively. Like they're in the top 4 in both categories. Offensively, they're extremely attractive because they've got a lot of shooting on the floor. They're always very well spaced. The basketball always moves. It never sticks. Nobody holds the basketball. Quick decisions that they make. And the special thing to me about them is that they've at all times got 3 ball handlers on the floor. So whether it be, whether you've got Micic, Larkin, or Simon, all 3 can handle the basketball and run pick and rolls. And that's very rare, So I think it's the special thing. To me, the X factor of the group is Simon. He's a little bit like Joe Ingles, who played in this league way back. He's a tall pick and roll player who can shoot the ball very well and doesn't need the spotlight. The spotlight is on the other 2 guards, and he's kind of the stringer who keeps everything together. So to me, he's the X factor. Coach Messina came in with the mission of, putting this traditional club back high on the ranks. And him and the club, they've delivered, right? Like in season 2 already. That's pretty impressive, I believe. So that's the first thing to say. The second thing, to me, they play an extremely modern style of basketball, which means they've always got 4 shooters at least on the floor. With Kyle Hines, they've got a special big who can face up, put the ball on the floor and pass the ball. So sometimes they're not only spaced with 4 guys on the outside, but with 5, because they space him far away from the rim as well, which is extremely difficult to guard and extremely, modern, I want to say. So that to me is the special thing about them. And then also, like from a coach's perspective, if you compare this team to the teams of Coach Messina, even in the second stint in CSKA, very different basketball. There is not a lot of posting up. There is therefore a lot of facing up, a lot of shooting. So just from a coach's perspective, somebody who's so successful as Coach Messina, seeing him change and tweak things and, you know, develop things is inspiring. You know, it's kind of a testament to, you know, keeping moving, right? So very, very attractive team to me. One is caught up talking about Barcelona, talking about the talent that they have, which they have. There's no doubts about it. The special thing to me, I also thought, was the defensive end. They are number one in the league defensively, and by far, that's really impressive. They're very flexible defensively. They can do different things. They have a lot of length, which helps them. But that for sure has been like their main strength. You know, I think bringing Paul Gasol in was tricky because you know, the common basketball fan will say, well, here you go, you've got like the number one team in the league adding a legend. Well, now stuff gets even easier. And I disagree with that. It's tricky, you know, it's tricky to bring somebody in who's a legend, excellent player, but who hasn't played in a long time, to a group that is functioning very well. And it looks like both sides have done a good job, you know, of adjusting to each other. I think so far he's played 13 games in like EuroLeague and ACB, so he's caught a little bit of a rhythm and thought they've done a very good job. You know, obviously a very good team.